All right, welcome to the Wine Education Institute's video series on what to expect from WSET classifications. This video is about the WSET Level 2 Award in Wine. Hello, this is Barney Treadway, President of the Wine Education Institute, which is an approved program provider for the Wine and Spirit Education Trust, or WSET. And this video is dealing with the Level 2 Award in Wines. This level is appropriate for people who have little to no prior knowledge of wine, but if you have some history working in the industry or sometime as a passionate consumer, this is a good level for you. It is designed to provide a somewhat concise but still broad foundation to the vast world of wine. The structure is similar to the Level 1 wine as far as the types of topics covered, but you go a bit deeper into each area, substantially expanding the varietals and regions that are being covered. Passing into this class is usually not an issue, and the vast majority of our students start at this level. This class usually features about 60% of people in the industry and 40% being consumers. You have the choice to do the Level 2 program in either in-class or online format. The online format is a bit more affordable, at least through us, and flexible with regard to the time it takes to complete, but a great benefit to the in-class version is being able to taste and evaluate a large number of wines with your instructor and your peers. This more than makes up for the difference in price. Now, we do often encourage the online class for those who are entering the WSET pathway that have a good amount of experience. Maybe they have their CSW, maybe their second level with the court, and they're considering starting at Level 3. But it is often worth it to take the online course to get familiar with the WSET methodologies prior to taking the Level 3. Now, we sometimes do 2-day intensive courses for certain industry partners, but usually we teach this course over a 6-week period with classes occurring every week, and each class is about almost 4 hours long. Now, with the online courses, those are 16 hours of study, but it's spread out over 5 weeks, and you should try to dedicate another 16 to 20 hours of self-study to be able to fully address the materials. You can pretty much proceed at your own pace, although you have a tutor who guides the class through each of the 6 learning modules. There are no specific times that you have to be online, but regular participation will allow you to get the most out of the experience. All online classes require traveling to an approved program provider to take the actual exam. And we hope you'll consider studying with us, as we are not only one of the most affordable, but we also have some additional support tools to help ensure your success along the way. We also have tests happening at least every month. So if you need to reschedule your exam because life got in the way, or you just want a little bit more time to get solid with materials, just give us some advance notice, and rescheduling is usually not a problem. Now, please note that actual consumption of wine is not a prerequisite to successful completion of this course. The Level 2 test does not contain a tasting portion at all. We have had successful students who don't drink at all, and we are happy to work with you to achieve your career goals without creating conflicts in your personal, cultural, or religious life. However, the amount and variety of wines that we taste in the in-class sessions are a lot of fun. And we use the WSET systematic approach to tasting for Level 2, which is expanded dramatically over the Level 1. So in addition to the regular use of this SAT when you're tasting wine, we dive a lot deeper into how wine is made in the winery, how wine is matured afterwards, and even deeper into the way grape growing and environmental conditions influence the finished bottle. Specifically, we'll be looking at Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Riesling, as well as Cab Sauv, Merlot, Pinot Noir, and Syrah, and how they are coaxed, caressed, and manipulated before going into the bottle, and how the growing environment impacts that finished wine. This will lead to an understanding of not only still wines, but will apply these concepts to sparkling and fortifieds as well. Now, from the short list of varietals that you're exposed to in Level 1, here you'll be tested on 22 regionally important grape varieties that are produced in 70 different designated areas around the world. This is from Fiano de Avellino to Condrieu. Now, there is also a specification that is provided that kind of streamlines and lets you know every grape, every region for quick reference. So along with those regions come key labeling terms that are used to indicate style, origin, and implied quality. The newer format also has more info on wine and food pairing, and then still contains information on storage and service of wines. This closed book exam consists of 50 multiple choice questions that you'll have a full hour to answer. You'll need 55% to pass, and we've never had a student run out of time in this exam. You'll be able to take the time to really read each question before answering. Now, our pass rate's over 95%, but this exam still isn't a cakewalk if you want to score highly. WSET has been doing this for over 50 years, and they know how to get you both to show your knowledge, but also expose your weaknesses. Now, you won't get your exam results immediately. We have to send the exams back to London for processing, and that can take 3 to 4 weeks. But rest assured, we will let you know the results the day we get the email notification from London. Now, the pins and certificates usually follow a week or more after that. And at the Wine Education Institute, your tuition includes sending the certificate and pin anywhere in the US by priority mail. Now, as far as the exam goes, not all of the topics or sections are covered equally. This is very important to know when preparing for the exam. The exams are constructed or weighted as follows. So 50 questions, 4 questions or 8% regard the service and storage of wine and the wine and food pairing. Now, for many Americans who drink a single domestic style of wine with everything, the concepts are very important and possibly foreign. So, yes, a $200 Cab Sauv is not a good pairing for oysters, and spending $400 on one doesn't make it any better. So, this will help you grasp the concepts of salt, sugar, acid, and umami in food and corresponding components in wine across many global styles. Now, 4 questions or 8% regard aging and maturation and how they impact wine. These questions often look like, okay, how does color change in red wine over time? Now, 5 questions or 10% of the total regard vineyard and winery operations and how they impact the wine. These are questions like, what does lees stirring do to a wine? So all of those sections together make up about a quarter of the points. So with a 55% to pass, if you knew none of those, you can still have a healthy pass. Not suggesting that that's your strategy, but 6 questions or 12% deal with production methods of sparkling and fortified wines and their related regions. So how is vintage port different than tawny port? Which can have an aging designation? How does floor work? So theoretically, everything that I mentioned, you could bomb completely and you could still pass, provided you can own the next single section. And that, we're talking 31 questions, 64% of the total marks. This involves knowing the styles and expected quality of regionally classified wines. So you need to know the climactic, winemaking, grape growing, and aging protocols and how they affect and define wines made from those primary grape varietals. These are questions like knowing the flavor profile of Barolo versus a Coonawarra Cab, right bank versus left bank, varietal composition, and being able to recognize some of the premier labels that you might see in the marketplace. One thing WSET loves to make sure you know is that Pommard is not Pomerol, and Puy Fumé is not Puy Fusé. So can you tell the difference? Also, where does quality Riesling come from besides Germany? Now, Reserve may mean nothing in a lot of places, but how about Grand Reserve? What does that mean and where does it mean that? And could you make a dry wine from Beerenauslese grapes? Where else besides Bordeaux are Bordeaux-style blends made? So we hope this helps you understand the WSET Level 2 wine program. Feel free to ask any specific questions in the comments below, or better yet, just shoot us an email at info@edu.wine. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, whether you're a student of ours or not. But we would be happy to have you in any of our classes or as an online student. The class schedules are regularly updated at edu.wine. And now, while we have satellite testing and teaching centers across the US, we're also happy to travel anywhere in the world to teach and test this curriculum. So, also, once you have your Level 2, be sure to check out our accompanying sommelier certification that is only available to graduates of the WSET Level 2 awarded wine program. So, best of luck. Cheers.